Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where we are staring down the barrel of another Monday, meaning you know what time it is. Wayne Sharp Week, highlighting the knives that are going to be in my pocket for the next 5 or 6 days. Now, before I get into my list of knives that I will be carrying this week, I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors up here: DLT Trading, Mojave Outdoor, White Mountain Knives. Guys, give these places your business if you can. They really help support this channel, and it would be really hard to do what I do without them. Mojave Outdoor, you can use the code Wayne's World for 10% off, and at White Mountain Knives, as you can see here, WSW10 for 10% off there. Now, let's get right into it, and we have kind of a special knife for the first one. This one is going to be dropping today. This here is the FINCH Knife Company Devil's Finger. Now, this, I'm going to have a full review uploaded at some point today for you guys. I don't know exactly when, but I will have that available. This is dropping today, and it is, well, we'll just wait for the review. The review's coming up. Check it out then, but definitely going to be in the pocket, and it has some pros and cons. Definitely more pros than cons. We'll cover all that in the review, so I don't want to say too much and spoil the review. But I would definitely recommend checking that out. This one doesn't disappoint. I guess I gotta say a little something for it. Doesn't disappoint. It has some really good lines. Yeah. I'm gonna have to shut up now because I'm gonna start talking about it, and I can't do that until I post the review. But this is the Devil's Finger from FINCH Knife Company. Apparently, I guess it's dropped at some retailers. I haven't seen it in any retailers yet. It's going to be available for purchase live today at FINCH Knife Company's website, and at some point you're going to see it at retailers, maybe today as well. But definitely keep your eyes peeled for that one right there. Next up, I've got a CIVI, and this is the CIVI Appalachian Drifter 2. And this one's pretty good. This one really surprised me. I wasn't sure how much I was going to like it. I mean, knowing, it being a CIVI, there's going to be some things about it that are just good. Like the action, for example, you kind of assume it's going to have a pretty good edge. But this had a lot of unique good things to it. It has its own little pocket clip, which is deep carry with recessed screws that I like very much. No issue with this pocket clip at all, really. They really did a good job on this pocket clip. A lot of fun fidgety aspects to this knife with the fuller and the front flipper, two of my favorite deployment methods, and they both work really well. A more premium steel, we are looking at, where is it? It's somewhere on here. There, oh yeah, it's really hard to see. S35 VN steel on this guy. So there's never been a time in my life, guys, where I've seen S35 VN marking on a blade and been like, oh, it's just S35 VN? No. S35 VN is fantastic. The ergos on this guy are really good. Not much to knock on it. There really isn't. Everyone has their own thoughts on the choice of handle materials here. So that could be, I think that's maybe the only or biggest thing that'll throw some people off. But you know what? For S35, good flicking action, good reach around approved there. Very easy and smooth on the reach around, as a matter of fact. So very nice job done there. And of course, your regular front flipping is fine too. Not much to knock on this guy. Very good knife, very solid knife for like 94, 95 bucks. Really hard to argue with that. The CIVI Appalachian Drifter 2. Next up, we got one that's a little older. This is the Monterey Bay Knives OG. This is the full size with the raindrop carbon fiber. And yeah, guys, if you don't know, Monterey Bay Knives has their own American-made knife coming out, and it looks really sweet. Give them a follow on Instagram. Take a look at it. It's gonna be a stunner. Really looking forward to that one. This one here is no slouch either. This is, again, it's that Laconico design. It's got that beautiful drop point blade with a very simple but attractive grind. Almost a full flat grind going the whole way up the blade. Pretty nice raindrop carbon fiber. It gives a unique texture to it. You can feel the raindrop texture in it. So I actually personally like that. Titanium on the lock side. Very nice, simple, and effective pocket clip that it works fantastic ergonomically. It almost kind of disappears when it comes to ergos, so always love that about a pocket clip. But more than anything, guys, it's just a full grip, and it is a nice size blade of M390 steel, and it's a very, very well done job on a simple but very attractive design from Monterey Bay Knives with fantastic action. Running on washers, the action is really darn good. So definitely one I would recommend taking a look at. There may be some available on the site. They're always coming up with some kind of shorter runs of it or smaller runs of it. But they have the full size and the mini. So definitely worth checking out there. Again, I don't know if they're available, but you can hop on over to MontereyBayKnives.com and check it out and see if it is. And if not, then I'm sure there's probably some coming. Keep your eyes peeled. They do some fun drops from time to time, but they have a lot of stuff in the works, and I think it's definitely worth your time to give them a follow because they make some pretty sweet knives. Next up, we have the SOG Terminus XRLT. This is one that came out really early this year. It was probably the first or second knife I reviewed for the year of 2021. And it got it off to a bang. It really did. Got me very excited about SOG in general. Now, unfortunately, SOG hasn't really done anything else this year. They've really disappointed me throughout the year ever since I got this knife in hand. But this knife is very, very, very nice. Still like it just as much as I did from when I reviewed it. I still find some pocket time here and there. The XR lock is still really, really good, real easy to use. It's very fidgety. You have the flipper, you have the thumb studs, and once you figure it out, you can also middle finger flick the blade. So it's a very, very fidgety knife with good action, very good steel in S35 VM, and they use a cryo treatment, which I believe is some type of I believe it involves a freezing method with the steel. I should probably know a little more about this than I do, but it is a kind of a special way to heat treat the steel, and I believe it uses some type of freezing method. But again, correct me, I'm probably wrong. Let me know in the comments, guys. But regardless, this is a good blade. It's a nice size with a decent edge. Gonna work just fine for any of your EDC tasks. They changed the pocket clip, so it's a nice deep carry clip. Kind of wish it didn't say SOG so loud and proud on there, but regardless, it is an improvement. Goes over the pocket very, very easily. Carbon fiber laminated G10, but then they do have real carbon fiber liners in there. So it's kind of tricky. You have carbon fiber liner, but then laminated G10. So it's like carbon fiber, G10, carbon fiber. So pretty unique thing they got going on there, but it is very, very light. I don't remember the weight exactly, but super light. Nothing that would nothing that is gonna weigh your pants down, that's for sure. Just a really good little blade. Like the gray coating, wish didn't have all the billboarding on it, but other than that, very solid offering from SOG. Probably the best thing they've ever come out with, in all honesty. Yeah, I can actually 100% say that. The best knife SOG has ever made, and still one that is a good knife in my books. That's the SOG Terminus XRLT. Last up, got a really oldie, but it's still a really goodie. It's the Boker Excaliburger, I believe is the name of it, from Skellern and Burger. It's been so long, guys, I don't remember the exact name of this knife. I believe it is the Excaliburger, though. It is a front flipper based off the designer's popular front flipper model, and this is still, again, this is probably the best knife Boker's ever made. And it's very simple. Thin titanium handle, nice S35 VN blade, killer front flipping action. These may be hard to find now. I don't know exactly how attainable these are, but it would not surprise me if there's some available, reach around approved, at Blade HQ or any other retailer. Blade HQ would be the first place I'd look for one of these if you really want one. Nylon washers on this. They're Teflon nylon washers, so plastic washers. Very, very impressive action for those type of washers. very smooth. It's kind of ridiculous how smooth it is. It actually feels like bearings. And this is probably the only knife in the world that I can say, in my opinion, feels like bearings, and it's not. Just stupid smooth. Also stupid thin. Fits in the pocket very, very well. The pocket clip is nothing special to write home about. It's probably my least favorite thing on the knife, but it works. It has good tension, no hot spots. So yeah, it's hard to knock it too hard because it does do the job, and I guess doesn't look too bad. But yeah, very surprising little offering. I personally love the way this looks. Some people don't like it. I really am a fan of the way this looks though. And you know, I've carried this a lot. I was worried how thin it was. It wouldn't be that durable, but it's held up very well. Still has some pretty good blade centering. It's starting to get a little off. That may be something to where I need to just tighten the pivot. But yeah, very, very surprising offering. I really wish Boker would do another run of these and not change it, just make another run with S35, you know, maybe thicken the titanium up a little. That'd be cool. But yeah, just another good quality run. Maybe take away a little of the blade billboarding because that's very annoying. I'm not a big fan of that scaling either. Just minimize the branding, make another run. I think these would sell great because front flippers are a lot more popular now than they were when this knife came out. So I think that's a really big, important note they need to take into consideration with some of their knives. Boker has a lot of great knives, but I feel like they came out at the wrong time, or they're using the wrong materials or something. But there's a lot of Boker models I would like to see be remade in a little more favorable setup, I guess is the best way to put it. But regardless, that's my carry for the week, you guys. We'll get them all laid out here again. And let me know what you think. What's your favorite knife on the table? Are you excited about this FINCH Devil's Finger? Because you should be if you're not. I'm going to just tell you that right now. I'm not going to say another word about it. But keep your eyes peeled for the review later today. And there we go, guys. That's the lineup for today. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's in your pocket. Hope you guys have a great week. And until the next one, I'm out.